Hey, you guys. I hope you're having a good Saturday. Mine's alright. A little bit of brain fog this morning. I tried to leave the apartment with my slippers on. They're comfy. I don't know. I have my friend Mia here. I did put the camera up higher because I have Groomer's Walleye installed on the table because Mia here likes to hug the wall farthest away from me. And I have to pull her all the time to me, and it kills my back, and it's not fun. I'm trying to extend my grooming life, not cut it short, because I'm going on 21 years of doing this job and not always doing it smart. And I'm getting older, and things are starting to hurt more. So hopefully we can see everything we want to see with the groomer's wall in the way. Kind of. I did do a short video I gotta put on TikTok. I put the phone mount on my tub, but when I raise the table, then you can't see anything. So I'm still shopping on Amazon for other mounts that I can put in here to make viewing easier for you guys. Miss Mia got her bath with Earth Bath fragrance-free oatmeal and aloe shampoo. I hadn't tried that one yet. I have tried all their other oatmeals. I hadn't tried that one because anywhere I purchased it in person, that sold out. So, and I hadn't quite gotten around to ordering it online. So that was pretty good. There's no fragrance added to it. That's why it's fragrance free, but you can smell the fragrance of the ingredients. I feel like that's not always made obvious. That there is a smell, it's just not added. Miss Mia here. We switched her to the Earth Bath shampoo because she's been awful dry and itchy. And some of the products that have fragrance in them have other ingredients to make the fragrance last longer or be stronger, so that could be irritating her skin. I don't think it helps. She likes to roll in the grass, but you know, she's not ladylike. She likes to run and play and do all the things, and so whenever I get her, she has nature in her hair. She was sick a little while ago, so Mom warned me that her rear might be a little tangled. Her body isn't, but her tail is. Because, you know, she's sick, she doesn't feel like getting brushed, and so we might have to get creative with this a little bit. A little bit. I don't want to shave it because she always acts so offended. I've had to do it in the past, and she always looks so offended and so upset, and then she hides her butt, so I think she thinks her tail is her identity. Come here. Let me see your belly. And in case you're wondering, Miss Mia is a Miki. In all of my years, I had never heard of a Miki until I met her mom. And her doggy partner, I don't want to call him her brother because they're not. They're a mated pair. There's something wet on the table. She likes to pant, so I end up with drops of clear liquid on the table, and I'm like, that's not pee, is it? Anyway, her and Micah are a mated pair, so I always feel criminal and I call him her brother. They're both Miki. And I did Google it a long time ago. I think maybe Australia or somewhere that they originate. I can't remember. They have an interesting coat type for sure. It's kind of like a cross between a Lhasa and a Shih Tzu coat, kind of. The top of her gets a little wiry, and the bottom is more cotton. I don't know. So, let's see if the 5/8 will go through this. I usually try to come out every 5 to 6 weeks. Making sure that's the 5/8. A couple days ago, I took a comb on a dog, and it was not the comb that I thought it was. It wasn't disastrous. It was just the next length down, so I played it off like I did it on purpose. But the owner didn't say anything, so I think I'm in the clear on that one. And usually, if she has mats or tangles in her rear end or her legs, the inside of her legs, I'll just shave it out because people don't usually see it in there. But her tangles usually comb out pretty easy on her body. On her ears and tail, not as much because she really works them in there. But I'll usually like thinning shear them out or chunk them out. On occasion, I have to shave behind her ears because they just get in there so tight to her skin. Come over here. What is that? I don't know. It looked like a grass seed stuck in there. And Miss Mia here, back when we first started working together, doing her face was a real challenge. I've worked with her the last couple years. Now I can do her face more easily. Washing it, however, she flips her front paws up like this, and when her hair is long, it's like a big mop on both sides, so I get all wet. And she loves to do it when she's nice and soapy. And so one time I got soap in my eyeball. It went up over my glasses into my eye. Then I had to stop and flush my eye out because it burnt. Today, she got soap in my mouth so I can say earth bath. Doesn't taste half bad. But I put her shampoo in, I used the Bathing Beauty with it. Because I did some reading and the company said, was it the company or is it a shampoo company I was looking at? I think it was the shampoo company I was looking at was like using a recirculating system or a bathing system because they work better. They get to the skin better. I'm like, well, that does make sense. But she's a bit bigger. Wow, she's way bigger than Micah. And her hair is always really much longer. And the Bathing Beauty is a lot easier to get her washed. And she does not like the whole process. She will whine at me and jump up at me and do anything she can to get out of it. But when she's all done and I put her in the house, she's perfectly happy. She just does not like the process. Like, she's too busy for me. She has things to do. I don't have time for this. Come here. Sometimes she listens really well. Sometimes not so much. But I used the Groomer's Wahl yesterday. I got it in the mail the day before, and so I'd seen it when I got home. And so I just shoved it in the tub overnight, and yesterday morning I put it on the table and used it with a super tiny Yorkie. I don't even know how much she weighs, like 3 pounds. She is a big culprit of hugging the wall, so that was really helpful for her because she couldn't go anywhere else. But so far, I really like it. It clamps to the table. They sent me 2 clamps, but I only put 1 on. I put 1 clamp on the far side over there. Mostly because I can't really... It's a tighter fit on the side because I have the counter. So I was like, 1's good. Any one I use it on, so I'm going to be strong enough to push it. And it does fold flat, but because I have the shorter van, I'm not sure if I can slide it between my table. Right here, I have space on the floor, but it's 48 inches long, so it'd be really, out here a lot. So I think, like on the days when I do a bunch of doodles or something, I will store it in my garage. Because I have the shorter van, I don't have a lot of places to hide things. And if I have it sticking out the side, I know I'm going to trip over it. But I will give it a shot and see what it looks like. And I can't hide it on the floor over there on that side because I have the Bathing Beauty on the floor down there when it's not in use. Between the table and the tub. So I'll feel it out and see. So if I can stash it in here, that's preferable. I suppose I could put it behind my driver's seat. I used to keep my pop-out grooming table back there. But when I had gotten pregnant, I needed the seat to go back farther because of my belly was already bigger and I was uncomfortable and I had to lean way back and stretch out my legs. So. I'll keep you updated on where I decide to store the Groomer's Wahl when it's not in use. Because I do big, medium, small dogs, so with the big ones I won't be able to keep it on the table because it's not going to be enough room. And it's pretty much up against the wall, so I can't push it that way anymore. Because there is, how big is it? It's kind of like an L shape, this wall. So there's a bottom on it that it's folded up, and there's hinges on that back side. That's why I can't put it farther out, because there is like a I don't know if you call it a base. Maybe. It's an interesting design. I'm liking it. Seems pretty sturdy. I had seen something similar on YouTube with another mobile groomer, Janine. But hers was like clear, and I think it clipped onto her poles. So I don't know if it was a DIY job, or I don't know where she got it. And I've never found anything like it. So I was excited to find the groomer's Wahl, because I was coming up empty on Amazon. I couldn't find anything that would work. And my lower back was already... I mean, I've had some back issues my whole adult life from this and that, and you know, just life. And I've never had jobs that were easy on my body. And I have had 4 children that were all carried really low, so, and in my back. So it's really no surprise that my lower back has issues. But bending over the table and pulling dogs to me just does not help. So I'm just going to go around her feet with the extreme curve. Can you see it? But I gotta be careful back here because her knees are a little weak. She has a luxating patella. Me too, girl. My right knee still gives me issues. I popped out of the back of the van yesterday and almost took a header into the concrete because my knee is like, no, I don't think we want to do this today. And then I kind of fell into the side of the rig and I was like, whoa, I meant to do that. Luckily, there's nobody outside to see it, so. She does not love her nails done. It's always the front legs she gives me issues with because she seems to be a little pigeon-toed in front. It's like her bones are just structured a little differently. And her forelegs and her ankles. I try to make it easy, but then she likes to not make it easy. Just a minute. And she's a bit heavy for me to put into the... Hang on a minute. I need your dew claw. Now, just a sec. I can't put her in hound hammock because she's too heavy, and I can't lift with my... Mia. Just a second. Try to do the farrier hold on her, and she likes to turn her shoulders. What was I saying? Oh, hound hammock. I don't have enough strength in my hands anymore. Because you gotta put them in the thing, and then you gotta lift the thing up and hook it to the pole, and they're too heavy. It seems I just can't grip it. My grip is, I mean, it's fine in my left hand, but not in my right because of that dog bite. So the heavier ones I just struggle with because I can't risk dropping them. I mean, it's not that far to go, but I mean, that would be terrifying. That's why I don't bungee jump. Hang on. Wait now. I'm just trying to hold your hand. Hold on a sec. Mia. Girl. They're so stubborn. The Mickey. No. No. You're not turning the opposite way, girl. No. Hang on. Now we're out of frame. Come here. One toe and a dew claw. You can make it. I promise. Nyeh. Kind of sounded a little German, didn't it? Nyeh. No, that's nyeh. That's, what is that? Russian or, I don't know, 9 is German. Maybe I made it up. Mia. Oh, for Pete's sake. I'm trying to get this dew claw without... You know what? We'll just cut it. No. We will just get the kitty clipper out and trim it. Her shoulders do this weird thing, and it's like they're trying to pop out a socket. I can't do it. No. Haha. Got it. Just hold. Hold on a second. Just a minute. Thank you. Hang on. Because I didn't even get that one that good. Okay, let's get the chunkers and the thinners. And I have coat handler detangler spray that is mostly unscented. So I use it on my sensitive dogs. I think on the bottle it says it's like almond scented or something. But after it's dried, you can't smell it. So let's try to work out some of this. Get the end of the comb in there, get a couple of these. Some of her tail tangles are easy to come out because they're not close to the skin. And full disclosure, there is some hair breakage with that, but put the table up a little more. until I get to this massive piece back here. Then I'm gonna have to chunk some of that. It's a complete rat's nest. That's not coming out. With a brush and a comb. Because it's like hair from back here, over here, and in the front. On the other side is all mixed up in it. So... So, girl, how'd you even do that? Because if I cut it, I'm going to cut it in a way it's not going to look stupid. You know? I don't want them to look dumb. If I can help it. Okay, so I found an area, chunk. Because it's like, it's not just the tip of the tail, it's the side of it too that got wrapped up in it. Well, at least you're behaving for this part. I mean, she behaves. She tries to get out of doing things. It's like my children when it's time to clean their room. Okay, I figured it out. So, a whole tangle here went looped somehow over the end of her tail and caught stuff on the other side in it. That is wild. And then we have like grass stuff in there. So I want to trim it in a way that it doesn't look like there's a huge hole in her tail. Because then I feel bad. But there's not much I can do about it. She lays, here we go. Look at that. My goodness sakes, girl. I don't know how it started. We got it. So then I will have to go in and trim her tail length to match, kind of. Or to hide it. But she likes to sit or lay when I'm trying to trim her tail too, so we might have to put the belly band on her so she can't sit. Let's get the thinner end of the comb in there. It's like one piece is just stuck in there. It wasn't coming out. Okay. Mia, come over here, baby. Come here. Come here. Kind of looks like a reverse flag tail. No, not completely. And then you get the little tiny stuff by your booty hole. She likes to scoot. Okay. Whew, got that figured out. So now I'm gonna comb through her and even up some things. She usually comes out pretty even with the guard comb. And there will be some areas that I don't get to as well, just because it's easier for her if I don't. Like the inside of her legs. Let's do the thinners on your feet. Her hair on her legs and her feet is more cottony, so it shows the scissor marks more than her top of her. So I'll usually come in with the thinning shear for the finish work on her legs and her feet. Because the chunker will leave chunker marks. Sometimes I just gotta pick her up to get the inside of her hock area, the inside of her lower leg. All done. I tried to take her feet nice and short and tight, but her feet are narrow, and sometimes they look a little different. I know. Trying to get in here without hurting your knee or your hip, causing you to, sit down. But I'm left-handed and I can't get in there very good. Sometimes. That's why I end up upside down. So I can get to things. I've tried to do it from the other side of the body. It just does not work out in my favor to do it that way. Hang on. her front legs are, they seem so short, you know? I'm trying to get in here and do stuff. Then I gotta be careful of her shoulder because it likes to feel like it's coming out. I'm like, ew, no. And she doesn't like me working with the fronts, so she like contorts herself. And I'm like, girl, let's not hurt ourselves. Or her front feet. But we just do the best we can, huh? Because as soon as I put you outside, you're just going to dig around in the leaves. So. I have a certain level of perfectionism. I can't just, you know. I try not to nitpick her too much. Because she's one of those I could just cut on all day. You know. I will always find something to cut off. But that interferes with her time and shave out her armpits real quick because she wears a harness. Try not to nitpick her too much because it takes up a lot of time, and she loves me a little less when I do that. Hang on a second. I just want to hold it. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Little girl. She's always yanking away from me. And I try to alternate, like trimming the foot when I'm holding it and trimming it when she's standing, because both will give you a different perspective. If you only do it like holding it, then you put it down, it looks weird. If you only do it, you know, on the table and they put their foot up, then it looks weird. And sometimes it just looks weird and there's nothing we can do about it, and then we just move on. Okay, there's a long bit right here. Just hold on. I can hold it up without pulling on it. Sometimes if I lift this one, I can see the inside of that one. Okay. Let's go over here. Hold on a second. I gotta even a couple things up back here. Merci beaucoup. So, I'm pretty sure you can hear it. I left my generator running because my push button does not work. I have to go back there and start it manually, which, you know, is not convenient. I gotta order the part to fix that. And I typically will leave it on in between dogs if I'm at the same house and they're partners in crime. Because a lot of my folks will bring me the next one and swap them. So then I don't necessarily have the chance to run back there and start the generator again. So And just with it idle as is, it doesn't use a ton of gas. So it doesn't usually affect my day. Like I don't have to stop for gas for it or anything. But and you know, the other reason I do that, just for that, is not just for the convenience, but I'm gonna reach over here, put on the water heater. That way, when I get her housemate, her husband, he doesn't have to wait to get into his bath because it'll already be like hot. I don't have an instant hot because those run on propane, and my builders were not comfortable working with propane. They weren't licensed for it or experienced with it. Yeah, besides having a propane grill. And we would have had to mount the propane tank underneath the rig. And I like my spare tire. I have a spare tire under the rig. So I have what do I call it? It's, I forget the name. It's not instant hot, but it's pretty quick. It's a 6-gallon water heater, more energy efficient. Because my old van had like a water heater, like for a dorm room. Like it was 19 gallons, this whole thing. And in the winter, I had what's called a jackery. It's you can charge it with solar, but it's like an electric generator, basically. I plug it into the wall in the apartment, and it charges up. So in the old van, I would plug my shore power cord into it and just turn on the water heater. And I had to get the big one, the big jackery, because I'd have to preheat the water heater for like half hour to an hour. And that was just enough time to do that job. Then the jackery would be depleted and I'd have to charge it again. Just have hot water in the morning. And then over the course of my work day, I would intermittently turn it on to heat water between dogs. And not in the summer though, because in the summer it would like pop people's breakers in their house. It's like too hot, overload. It's weird. Hold on. Try to see if her right foot to me always looks way weird and different than her left. It could be how she stands when she holds, the way her foot looks when she stands on it. Just the right foot always looks way skinnier than the left. It's probably just me. Then again, maybe not. Shave your armpit. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Groomers. Oh, pet parents, if you want. The Groomer's Wahl is, I bought it at Groomer's Choice. Online. I don't know if Pet Edge has it, or Ryan's, or what is it, Pet Store Direct. You could Google Groomer's Wahl. That company also does the trach savers too. The grooming lead, the figure 8 grooming lead. And they do one that's like for the tub. So there's like a wire in there, and then they coat it with plastic. The trach saver I have is just a fabric thing that I use on the table. Because any of my little dogs with trach issues, I just stick them in the tub. I don't hook them up to nothing. Hello. Are you okay? Thank you. No hard feelings. She gets really flustered with me, but she gets over it pretty quick. And this one usually looks pointed. Sheesh. I'm my own harshest critic, you know. I think we all are. And if we're not, there might be a problem. I'm not harsh about my criticism of my work. It's supposed to rain today. I was checking my vents, see if my vents are still open. Now and then I get a whiff of the generator exhaust. Like, Usually, though, if my vents are closed, it won't back up in here because I have it vented out the back. I get a crosswind, you know. I used to get really down on myself when I was a new groomer and I couldn't get something done in the way I saw it in my head. Oh, I used to cry. And there was a lady I worked for. Yeah, her nickname for me was Crybaby. Because I get so flustered and upset and I just cry. Anymore, if it doesn't look like what I envisioned in my head, I'm, I usually try to figure out where it went wrong, see if I can fix it. If I can't, I just, just deal with it, I guess. I move on from it pretty quick because I can't always make it look like I want in my head. And most of my client dogs really will just go and roll in the grass and the leaves and splash in the mud, and so they don't care. But dogs don't care if it's a perfectly round foot. But you can probably see, like, that one's pointed and that one's not so much. And it could also be my perspective on how I'm cutting it too, because of my left-handed disability. I had a professor in college tell us that all left-handed people are disabled because the world is not built for right-handed people. I want to say it was my sociology professor in college. I was highly offended for a minute, and then I was like, you know what, you're right. I was the only left-handed student in class. So all the right-handed people were laughing, and I was in the back sulking. And then I had to think about it, like, how many ways do I have to change how I do things? In order to get things done. Can you sit for a sec? So I can see if your armpit hair is coming through. Alright. I try to pull their pit hair from back there into the front and trim it if I can. Gonna disinfect this real quick. I did use it on her potty areas, and I need it for her eyeballs. She gets a lot of gunky, monkey stuff by her eye corners. So I will take the flea comb in the corner and pull it out as much as I can. No. No. She hates this. Buckle up. No. Get. Sit. I know you hate it, but we have to do it. Otherwise, you will have big problems. Because the hair on your face and your eyeball area just grows so fast. Her eyes tear, and so the hair above her eyes and on the side of her eyes gets all loopy. Now when we first started doing her face, or working, when I first started working with her and doing her face, I would have to put the e-collar on her upside down, so it would face downward like this, not up, be down, because she would get her paws up there and dig at my hands and my arm and just dig me up bad. So I put the e-collar on her upside down so she couldn't reach her feet up there. Worked quite well. So now she's a lot better about it for the most part. So I get in there and get all the mucky stuff I can. Where is that? Is that a scab? And like from the front of her lip. She's one of those that likes to lick the hair into her mouth. So she gets these little tangles. sometimes I feel froggy and I take the clipper, the little clipper, to the front of her lips. But with a dog like her, it can be risky. Hold on, you got a huge clump of eye goop. Thank you. Okay, so for the rest of her face, I take the 5/8 that I used on her body. Can't do the complete like hand scissor on her face because it ends up too long in a really quick amount of time. And I had done it this way on a whim one day. I was like, I wonder what would happen, because I used to do her face in a comb length longer than her body, which is pretty standard. Like, a lot of us will do like a 1/2 inch body with a 5/8 head, or 3/4 if you're really wanting it longer than the body. But I was trying to get like a short face that still looked full without hand scissoring it, because then that's too long. Coat handler on your ears. So anyways, I tried the 5/8 on a whim on her face and it seemed to work. Although today her mom asked me to make the face tighter because the ears get in her food. I was like, oh, make the face tighter because the ears are in her food. I'm like, oh. Okay. I don't know if I interpreted it, if I heard it wrong or what. I am deaf in the left ear, mostly. So I have been known to hear things differently in the left than the right. I'm like, And I'm in perimenopause now, so like, am I hearing things differently? And then mom, I'm pretty sure is menopausal, so we both get the brain fog. Or like, we know what we mean to say, but we just don't say it that way. Or we know what we mean to do. Like go in the bedroom and get our shoes on, and then we go in there and do our hair and leave. And try to leave the house wearing your slippers. Which for my job, I would not recommend. Although the slippers I've been wearing lately are like a moccasin slipper, so, and they have plastic on or rubber on the bottom, so I'm sure I could wear them to work, but I still like them. Any footwear I wear in here, if I wear it enough, I mean, my shoes still look good, but they have dog hair all in them. In the laces and stuff. Even though I vacuum my shoes when I'm done working. It doesn't always help. So she does have a couple of snarls in her ears back here, but they're not that tight, so I'm just going to thin and shear them out. Mostly. There. She also likes to carpet surf. So she likes to rub her ears and her face and the carpet and the blankets and the pillows. So that, I believe, is how some of this occurs. And scratching behind the ear, you know. All the things. Okay, come here, baby. Thinner, soften the chunker look. And that's why using a comb attachment takes longer on the face. But hey, we do what we gotta do. Right? Struggle bus. There are some days I drive the struggle bus. Yeah. If you guys ever have a question about how or why I do something, like hold the ears up behind her head, you can drop a comment. I was taught by an old school groomer quite a while ago. So some of the things I do might seem a little strange. Or maybe they still teach it that way. I don't know. I don't remember seeing anything like the holding of the ears behind the head. I don't remember seeing that when I was at Expo. So I would watch like the competitions and stuff. Now I'm pretty sure it's unorthodox, but back in the day, my instructor, her name is Betty. I called her Miss Betty. She would do it this way. To kind of open up the face and see the jawline and everything. And since I'm a little special, being left-handed and all, I have to do things differently and weird anyway. But it seems to me that when I do it that way, I can get it good and tight, and then I can soften it a little around the jawline and the chin. It does not give you the round face. But it used to be called the round teddy bear face when I was new. I've seen some things online that are trending, and the round face is like a circle. And I'm like, There was a groomer on one of my groups that I followed. She's like, how do I get this rounder? I was like, I don't know. Someone suggested she take more off the sides. I thought they were fine. I think it was a Lhasa. Like, your face is too long. Actually, I did have one. I had a client quit me a couple of years back because I couldn't do like the Asian fusion haircut she saw on Pinterest. I was like, I tried. And I was like, I don't know how to do this. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't have a clue. It's not my forte. I told her I'd I'd watch some YouTube videos, and she decided to go somewhere else. I was like, oh, all right. I don't have to worry about that now. But I was just like, Some of the new trends, I feel like I'm just too old to get it. Like this mega super round face. I'm sure it looks darling and super cute. But what happens when they rub their face in the carpet? I feel like we need to do haircuts that are just more sustainable for dog's life. Huh. Yeah. I could be crazy. Oh, isn't that cute though? I'm gonna take your ears shorter, baby. I know. Come sit. So let's decide at what point. It's just pretty long ear leather too. That's not gonna help. You have long ear leather and then long hair and okay. So what was that, like 1/2 inch? And then the way she holds her ears, if they're too short, they look a little silly. And then her mate, I take his ears short. Because they like pop up really cute when his ears are short, so that's why I do his that short, and to keep his ears from getting all gunkery. You're a booger. I mean, I booger. Jeez. I decided to go in with the curved chunker for that because you can get a better curve on the ears. So let's see with the thinner if we need to soften anything. Let me see. Oh, ears are so hard. Sometimes. Like, they're sisters, they're not twins. I can never make them look exactly the same. As long as they're relatively the same length, I think I'm good. Right. Right. Let me see. Okay, I gotta look at your tail because we gotta trim this mess.